You are so close to your breakthrough. The blessings that you've been waiting so long for are finally about to happen. And there are signs that are going to come to pass so that you know that your breakthrough is near. So if you know you've been getting these signs that I'm about to talk about, do not give up. Keep working hard because your breakthrough is finna come to pass. One of the biggest signs that your breakthrough is near is when the devil is attacking you the hardest. Because the devil knows when you have a high calling on your life. He knows when you're finna get blessed. He doesn't want to see that happen. So he's gonna do everything he can to try to keep you away from your blessing, to try to keep you from working towards your blessing, to cause you to want to give up and not be patient anymore. He knows he can't stop it from happening, but he knows he can get you to stop working towards your blessing so that it doesn't happen. You can see this in the story of Jesus. Jesus was getting tempted in the desert. The devil tried tempting him his hardest to get him to sin because he knew he had a calling in his life. When Jesus told the disciples what he was about to go through, the devil spoke through the disciples to try to get Jesus to stop, and Jesus had to rebuke him. So you see, the devil will try to tempt you. He might even get your closest people to try to get you to stop doing what you're doing, to try to demotivate you so you don't get towards that blessing, so you stop working towards that blessing. And I remember I talked about this in my last video, my testimony video, when I was about to overcome that bondage, that lust that I was in. I literally got tempted the hardest. Like, that was the hardest I've ever tempted. But I fought through it that night, and then I got delivered, and I never went back. That's because the devil knew that I was finna reach my breakthrough, and God was finna start using me. And so he tempted me the hardest so I can go back to my sin. And the same thing will happen to you. So you have to be ready for the devil to tempt you when you want to reach your breakthrough. And you'll also start to see signs. Will start to come up to you. Different people will start to tell you, like, oh, whatever you've been waiting on, it's about to come to pass if you've been seeing a lot of those messages. Because you have to realize that the Father told Jesus what he was finna go through before he went through it. He sweat blood. He didn't want to go through it, but he said, God, let your will be done. God will do the same thing with us. He'll start to send people. He will speak through people, give you signs that your breakthrough is near. When you start to hear those, make sure you are working even harder on what you're working at. Do not start being lazy just because you heard that message. It's supposed to give you the confidence and boldness to keep on walking and doing what you're doing. It's basically God trying to give you the encouragement to keep going and keep going because he knows that you're near. And that brings me to another thing, which he will test you, because your faith will be tested like gold going through a fire, as stated in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 7. And God has to test your faith before he can give you the blessings that he wants to give you. Why? Because when you are tested, during that test, you will build character. You will build perseverance. Because God already knows if you'll pass that test or not. But during the fire, during the testing, that is when you gain the perseverance, the strength, the character that you need in order to obtain that blessing. And that's why when you're finna reach your breakthrough, you might be going through a hard time. You might be going through so much spiritual warfare because God needs you to put you through that so your character will be ready for the blessings, the breakthrough that he wants to give you. You guys realize God had already tried giving us everything we wanted and needed. He tried giving us everything without us having to work for it. Every single time that happens, like Israel, we end up turning against him. Just like Adam and Eve will end up turning against him and always wanting more. So we have to go through the trials and tribulations to build character. So if you've been going through a hard time, you've just been working on this for so long, you're losing hope, don't give up. And that brings me to the next one, which is to be patient. In order for you to get where God wants you to be at, you need to be patient. Because for the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant. But later, it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness. Key word right there is later, because God wants us to be patient and continually, consistently be disciplined. Because it's pretty easy to be disciplined for like 1 or 2 weeks, maybe even a month. When you start to become consistent, like 2 months in a row, 3 months in a row, and even a year in a row, that's when you truly know that you have been trained by discipline. Once you've been trained by discipline, that's what God will give you, the breakthrough that you've been waiting for. The last thing is God will put it on your spirit. You will just start to feel it in your consciousness. You will just start to feel that your breakthrough is near. Because many times God communicates to us through our consciousness. That's why sometimes you feel the need to go spread the gospel to certain people. That's why sometimes you just feel the need to just go, maybe support somebody or bless someone with just small finances. Because God sometimes works through our consciousness. He will work through your consciousness to tell you like your breakthrough is near. You will start to feel like I'm so close. Like I am so close to this breakthrough. When you start to feel that, make sure you continue to work and that you don't let go, that you don't let down. Because when you know you are close, it's easy to just like slow down because you know you're near. But God needs you to keep working hard so you can reach that breakthrough that you've been waiting for. So these are the signs that you are finna reach your breakthrough. And if you go through these signs, if all of these signs are happening, like I said, Continue to work hard and continue to be consistent because your breakthrough is near. But if these signs are not happening to you, and you want to know how your breakthrough can start to come faster, I made a video on that and I'm gonna leave it up on the screen. And yes, I know that you can't speed up God's timing, but there are ways to show God that you are ready for the blessings that are going to come. And I'm gonna talk about that in this video right here. So appreciate y'all for watching. If you want to see that video, I'll see you over there. But if not, I'll see y'all in the next one. So y'all stay blessed.